Yeah, this is what's he nasty, and I got another dope video for y'all, man. It's another banger by Lackluster, man. Unreasonable cart removed from patrol, and like I said in previous videos, the reason why I like reacting to these type of videos is because the American people gotta know, like it's one thing for Lackluster and audit and the other auditors on YouTube to upload videos, but you gotta get the opinion from the people, and it's all this is for me, bro. It's just opinion, my opinion, just to show people that all cops are not good cops, man. Like a lot of people like to, you know what I'm saying, say, hey, back to blue. And I don't understand that because the police officers, they do protect our country. Without them, it wouldn't be no law and order. And I get that. I really do, bro. I'm not hating on the police. I'm not the one out here like, you know what I'm saying, F the police, you know what I'm saying? I'm here just to give my honest opinion about the situation. And there are a lot of terrible cops out there, bro. It's a lot. More than what y'all think it is. It's a lot. So I react to these videos just to get my opinion out there. And y'all can go from there. You know what I'm saying? You can say whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hey, T-Nash is just another cop hater. No, it's not the case at all. Because I'm here, bro. I'm in a city where there is a lot of gun violence and there's a lot of bunch of riffraff and stuff going on. And I would like to see a lot of that stuff go away. I got kids, bro. I want my community to be protected and safe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to bash the police or the law enforcement at all, bro. I'm here just to make sure the law enforcement are doing the right thing. I'm not saying that my YouTube channel is gonna make a big change when it comes to that, but just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. So let's go ahead and get to this reaction.
You're threatening to take me to jail. No, it's a threat. That is a threat.
You have forced my hand at this point. Because if I don't go and see this through to its conclusion, I know you're going to go to the police department and file a complaint on me.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel.
Oh man, start off like that.
On April 19th of 2023, a viewer named Chris stopped at the Buc-ee's in Texas City for fuel, as he does nearly every day for
Hey, I want to
business.
visit the Buc-ee's.
On each visit, he takes the same path, entering from a side street and drives straight through to the pumps. He asserts that everyone drives on this path, and satellite imagery shows that he is correct, as various desire paths can be seen making their way across parts of the lot that are typically unused, regardless of being marked for parking. On this particular visit, when he pulled up to the pumps, Officer Harrell pulled up behind him.
Don't walk up to my car, please. Don't walk up to my car, please. Hey man, you can't drive through the parking lot like that. You got your driver's license insurance? Any weapons in the car I need to worry about? Did you catch my trap?
Wait a minute.
The officer radios in Chris's.
Wait a minute. They can't do that, right? Am I wrong? Am I tripping? They can't pull you over for a traffic stop in a private lot. Am I wrong about that?
Information. Let this be your daily reminder to never answer questions when speaking with law enforcement. For in this example, the officer starts his inquiry, but gets noticeably upset that Chris answers his question.
Is there any particular reason why you felt you needed to come through the parking lot like that?
I didn't think I did anything wrong. I just came over to get gas.
You were speeding and you cut through parking spaces. You know you can't do that.
It just to be confirmed on Robert.
I didn't think I was doing anything.
Another thing too, right? Every time well, not even, but you can't say, hey, this is racially motivated, right? You only read this because it's racially motivated. Hey, clearly this dude is white, right? You know what I'm saying? So there.
I mean,
we're not gonna play the race card. It happens to all of us.
You asked me a question. You want me to answer it or not? I'm not.
Okay.
If anything, I thought I was going even slower than normal.
No, sir.
Because normally people don't even park where you park, and that's the direct path to the gas pumps.
Through the parking spaces is the direct.
I do realize that.
But he can't.
You almost hit that car that was turning right there.
Sorry to keep pausing, but am I wrong to say that even if that was the case, he can't police that on a private property like a gas station like Buc-ee's, right? Am I tripping? Y'all let me know, man.
I was watching, man. As soon as you cut in front of me like that, I was like looking and I watched it happen. So
I come here every day. There's almost never, ever anybody. You were sitting there this morning. Now, last week for about 3 days, someone was parking there. But if I come here 365 days a year, which I do, there's someone sitting there maybe 10 times. So there's never, ever a car there. So, yeah, I go through there because it's the straight path from the entryway to here, which is what you're going to see everybody else do it. But, I mean, you know, I hear you, man. I got it. To you, it looked like I was going fast. To me, I thought I was going even slower than normal because I didn't want to get too close to you.
After their short discussion, the officer sits in his cruiser for a moment and appears to do nothing. This could be because in Texas, state law prohibits officers from writing citations for traffic infractions on private property. Most courts hold that parking lots do not fall under the jurisdiction of police, as they do not meet the definition of a street or highway. In fact, it's arguable whether they can even initiate a traffic stop on private property without probable cause to believe that a crime is afoot, such as a DUI. But the officer has nothing, so he returns to tell Chris that he is letting him go, and then proceeds to find the most petty ways to escalate this questionable traffic stop into a quite unpleasant experience.
Okay, so
I'm not kidding you either, man. I come here every day, dude.
I'm not.
I send pictures of my wife the price of the gas here every day when I come through.
Okay, look.
So anyway.
Here's the deal, man. Okay, I'm not gonna go back and forth and all that. I'm not gonna write you tickets, but the only reason I'm not writing you tickets is because I'm out of tickets right now.
Because you can't.
Okay, otherwise you would be receiving a citation.
For what? What did the citation?
It's in the line. Because you can't. You can't stop this dude on private property and give him a traffic citation. I'm sure that's nationwide. He's just sitting in line, bro.
Disregarding traffic control device.
On private property?
Yes. you still can't.
Exactly.
It's still illegal.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm not gonna write you a ticket.
Because you can't. You liar.
I understand.
I don't appreciate the attitude.
What attitude?
Two, I get it. You're upset. Nobody likes cops pulling up on them. Nobody likes it. Okay. But you know you did wrong. You know you're not supposed to cut through the parking lot. And instead of being like, oh yeah, I messed up. Sorry, it won't happen again. You want to sit here and go back and forth with me, right?
There's a lot better things than this to be doing for you.
You're right. I was working on a report.
You can be over here, and I mean, there's people right now running 90 miles an hour on the thing.
You want to go to jail?
So,
jail for what?
You can go to jail for this.
You can do what you want to do. I can't stop.
I don't want to take you to jail.
No.
That is definitely a waste of my time. Okay, but the attitude is not necessary.
I agree.
Oh, he's so humble too.
I haven't been rude to you at all.
That's fine.
I have a camera on. I can't be rude to you.
Okay. All right.
I will get in trouble. You go file a complaint. Based on my behavior, they will decide whether or not to get me in trouble. Write me up.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. We're good, man.
Okay. We're good, man.
All right, well,
we're good, man.
I'll make sure that I'm there all the time. If I see it happen again, then we'll go from there, okay?
Just as they
we're
contact,
good. Hey,
Chris pledges to look up whether an officer can pull him over on private property.
All right.
I'll look that law up on private property too. I don't believe you'd have the authority to do anything here on this parking lot like that.
I could also take you to jail for Class B reckless driving. Or Class A reckless driving. Because you did almost hit that car.
I didn't almost hit anybody. I was nowhere near. There's cameras everywhere. You can do what you want to do, Harold. I can't stop you. If you want to be this way, then that's up to you.
Harold.
I'm trying to be reasonable.
Are you having a bad day, sir? Is there a reason why you're acting like
I'm having a bad day because you're doing this to me.
Have I raised my voice to you at all, sir?
Oh man, they know each other personally,
the only
bro.
one who's getting upset.
I'm upset because I think this is ridiculous. I think this whole thing is ridiculous.
They know each other personally, bro. He called him by his first name, bro. By the government.
That we're even talking about nothing happened. And here we are talking, and you're threatening to take me to jail.
No,
and so I shouldn't be getting upset?
I don't call it a threat, sir.
No, it's a threat. That is a threat.
Bro, listen. The fact that he called him by his first name, Harold. Hey, you boy could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past. But it just seems like they know each other personally. Like, he was banging my wife type situation. Or they was like, had some history in the past where he got jumped by his boys and or something. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be. I'm just spitting hypotheticals here. Just seemed like, man, they got some history, bro, because he called him by his first name.
You're threatening me under color of law now to take something on private property, which I don't believe you even have the authority to do.
He doesn't.
Okay.
It comes from Black Law's
No, it's not. It's a Class A misdemeanor for you to threaten to arrest me over something that you know it's not really true. But that's okay.
What's the penal code on that, sir?
Trust me. That's okay.
Trust you.
Okay. We're good.
Trust you.
I go. He
There
de-escalated
are no
right there.
specific statutes or codes that prevent an officer from using a threat of arrest, and courts have granted officers the power of police deception. For some of them, lying may be second nature, but often it is deployed as a tool to gain a confession, and in some cases, as a tool to gain a subject's compliance. Chris is now trying to de-escalate the encounter and break away again,
True
but
facts.
the officer appears to have other plans.
We're good.
Trust you.
We're good. Hey, everything's square.
I don't feel like we are. I feel like this is a problem.
How is it a problem?
I feel like you're going to continue to commit these behaviors that are unsafe and put people.
What? So you're gonna continue to hold this traffic stop, which I think that's against the law too, right? Might be mistaken. The fact that you can't pull them over for it, and then you're prolonging it, the traffic stop is against policy, right? Or am I? If everything's different in Texas, I don't know. Right? About something that he might do in the future. Dude, this dude got some balls, bro.
So
you don't feel like you did anything wrong.
Something that's possible they may do in the future. So now we're playing Jean-Claude Van Damme Future Cop, and you need to stop me from something I may do in the future.
I love
That's
that.
now your position. You're feeling like you should take action because maybe sometime in the future I might possibly continue to do something.
What is the law designed to do, sir?
Hey, man, this dude on the same wavelength,
I know
bro.
you want voluntary compliance. I know you want voluntary compliance.
Okay, go ahead and put your hands on me.
Wow.
What?
Chris has now been arrested, seemingly for simply disagreeing with Officer Harrell's unlawful traffic stop.
Well, sir, I'm concerned that you're going to continue to do this unsafe behavior. So,
But like you said, man, he's not future cop. What the hell? Dude, tell me this dude got like, or the title says got removed. I hopefully so, bro. This is bullshit. Crazy, bro.
you want 2 sets of handcuffs?
This hurts, man. It hurts.
I can do 2 sets of handcuffs. You
I
want to do 2
cannot
sets?
believe that you're doing this, dude.
Well, I mean, it didn't have to go this way.
No, it never did. None of this ever needed to happen. I don't believe.
Okay, well, I disagree with you.
Okay, I know.
What would you like me to do with your car?
Man, look at it.
You wanna
Look at
bust
all
it
that
out here?
extra. Look at all this right here, bro. They granted the cops can't sit up for it, but look at all this right here, bro. How do you expect somebody to, whether they committed a crime or not, bro? Look at that, man. Me personally, I couldn't fit in that. No cap. Like I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but I'm 6'2", 200 and 200 plus. I don't tell you how much I weigh, but look at this. Smaller dude, man. But I can fit in that thing. You think I can fit in that thing?
Or do I tow it?
Do we really need to do this, Harold?
I mean, the
Call my first name
I
again.
didn't think we did.
I didn't think we did either, sir. Man.
Okay, but I mean, you wanted to sit here and argue with me about what I observed with my own eyes. Okay, I'll go get a copy of the video.
That's not worthy of handcuffs, though, either, though, Harold.
You didn't hit almost me. You hit another vehicle. Yes, you even know what truck I was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I didn't think we were close, sir. I really didn't.
no, you were very close. They had to slam on their brakes. I watched it happen. Okay, you came flying through the parking lot. Okay. So what are we gonna do about the
I
car?
didn't think I was going that far.
You certainly were, sir. You definitely were. Okay. You definitely were.
Oh, it has to be personal.
Okay, so what are we gonna do with the car? I don't want to tow it because that'd be being a real dick, and I'm trying not to be the dick.
The lie detector test determined.
I'm gonna ask one more time, and I'm gonna have to have it towed.
Chris continues to try to de-escalate the situation, and the officer admits that he now has to arrest Chris to prevent him from filing a complaint.
Can we back this down, dude? Can we cool off here, please? I'm sorry. I will.
You have forced my hand at this point. Because if I don't go and see this through to its conclusion, I know you're going to go to the police department and file a complaint on me. Now, the complaint's not going to do anything.
Bro, at this point, right? Body camera and all. What trouble, Chris, right? What trouble would Chris got into if he just kind of resisted and socked him in the mouth trying to touch him? Because by law, it's self-defense. What kind of trouble would he get into if he's like, hey, just turn around and he just fuck it, you get your hands off me? What kind of trouble would he get into? Y'all let me know, bro. I mean, it's a lot of, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure he has to go to court for it. He'll spend a couple months in jail for it, whatever. But by law, on private property, he can't just, for a traffic citation, for one, he can't do. At this point, he's violating his right by even handcuffing this dude, honestly. Because on private property, they can't stop you for a traffic stop. One. And then he says because he's arguing with him back and forth about the law that he's right about. Chris. The fact that Chris is right about it, he's trying to arrest him. So that's basically kidnapping, right? So if Chris wanted to like force his hand, like, hey, I don't want to get kidnapped, and just hit him in the mouth, y'all think he got away with it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man.
Anything because I have it all on video. Everything is recorded. I don't talk to anyone in the public unless I have my camera on. Okay?
I'm not gonna go blame Carol at all. I'm just a little upset because I really, honestly,
sir, I watched it happen. I was working on a report. I definitely have better things to do.
I didn't think that I did anything.
No, you don't, Harold.
I didn't think I did anything.
Well,
and it was very
people don't think that. But I explained it to you, and then you wanted to argue with me.
I didn't think I did anything, Harold.
I know I look young. This is not my first day on the job, sir. I promise.
It's nothing to do with any of that. I didn't think I did anything.
You almost hit that white truck.
I agree with you that that's what you think. Then there's nothing I can do to change your point of view.
It's going to be on the cameras. I'm going to get copies of it.
The officer now has Chris call his wife to pick up his vehicle as he calls for another officer. Chris is put back in the cruiser as a secondary officer arrives on scene.
He came, so I was sitting right there, and he came through the parking lot and cut through all the spaces. He came through so fast and whooped into here, and there was a white truck. The white truck had to slam on its brakes.
Note that the officer is telling his backup that the alleged events occurred in the direction he is currently facing, which would be here, but Chris drove in on this side and was never on that side of the parking lot. Officer Harrell now admits to his backup that he is arresting Chris for disagreeing with his allegations.
So I come over here. I was just going to be like, hey man, chill out. Like, chill out, don't be like that. But he wanted to go back and forth and argue with me and give me all kinds of stuff, and like, I didn't have any tickets and I didn't grab a rider this morning, so I was like, man, look, it didn't have to go this way. He kept going back and forth, so I was like, all right, let's go. Yeah, I was gonna be, I'm a dick, but I'm not gonna be that big of a dick. He has a different phone he wanted me to grab.
After saying it out loud to the other officer, who never interjects that anything Officer Harrell is doing is wrong, Harrell decides to write a citation instead.
You want to get one to go back and forth, and argue, and I was like...
They really didn't either. That's the crazy part about it. He's trying to de-escalate the whole situation.
You got paper tickets?
Until he went...
Okay.
Chris tried to de-escalate the whole situation, and he was like, oh, no, you got it, man. No worries. It is what it is. Right? He did that, bro. He really did. He didn't do no, like, as far as him saying, like, oh, like, I feel like you can't pull me over in the private, you can't do a traffic stop in a private property, like what you're doing right now. But he was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. You're right. He really did try to de-escalate this escalate. The whole situation.
Okay, we're gonna do this a different way. So the other officer has a ticket book he's gonna let me use. You're gonna be receiving the citation, okay? And because I think going to jail is a bit excessive. But well,
look at him.
I agree with you, but I didn't have another option. I don't have another ticket book, and I don't have a ticket writer with me. So we're gonna do it that way, okay? Step out for me.
Look at him. Hey.
Take your steps up. Take your time.
Tighten up. Oh my God. Dude, listen to that.
Chris was released and issued a citation for disregarding a traffic control
Look,
device.
he know he was dead ass
despite
wrong,
the fact
bro.
that there wasn't a traffic control device to regard, and that Officer Harrell had no jurisdiction in the parking lot. Today, Chris now records as he drives through it, which is still swarming with officers. A month later, Chief of Police Joe Stanton issued a statement claiming he reviewed the incident and ordered an internal affairs investigation that could lead to criminal charges for Officer Harrell. He also vows to release the results of the investigation and notes that Harrell has been pulled from patrol and is now working administrative duties. The incident has even made its way to the local news.
Texas City police officer pulled from the streets and under investigation tonight amid growing controversy
Because you can't do that,
over
bro.
how he handled a traffic stop.
Everyone knows you cannot write tickets for traffic infractions on a private parking lot.
Despite all this, Chris is still fighting his charge, and just a week prior to this update, he was offered a deal of $300 for a deferred adjudication. He has now made several attempts at obtaining the CCTV footage from Buc-ee's.
Bro, you know what this feel like? The fact that he knew him on a first name basis, right? Like I said, hypothetical, speculation. I could be wrong. But the fact that he knows him on a first name basis, it feels like this dude had some personal issue with Chris. Harold had some personal issue with Chris. And he was like, man, it seems like he's been seething for like months. Like, oh, I can't wait till I get this dude. Oh, I can't wait till I get this dude. Oh, I can't wait to get this dude. For like months, right? Because it seemed like he had a personal issue with Chris. And he felt like was a right opportunity. Like, oh, he did this. I'm finna nail this guy right now. Which he couldn't really because it was on private property. Like I said, I could be wrong. Right? It's just me being, like, hypothetically speaking, and just only speculating. But it feels like the fact that he knows him on a first name basis is like he was just trying to harass him and nail him on some bullshit. Because it just felt like that way. Oh, I think you're gonna do this in the future, so I'm gonna sit here and hold you. After Chris already said, "Hey, no worries, don't worry about it. Do what you gotta do." And he's still like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do what I gotta do because I feel like you're gonna do this in the future, but you can't do that." On top of the traffic infraction, you can't give him because it's on private property. So me personally, I think this is personal. I could be wrong. This is probably a dick being a dick, you know, whatever. But it's crazy. You cost your job.
Themselves out for law enforcement for free, and will only allow attorneys and insurance companies to obtain copies for a fee. But if they have evidence proving that you are innocent, take a hike. Good luck. I know where I won't be fueling up. It's possible that given how long it's been since this incident, that the chief, or at least his internal affairs team, already has the footage, but the department hasn't released it to Chris or the public if they do. I've been talking with Chris about ways to obtain the videos through court, but I'm not an attorney, and he needs representation. So if you'd like to help him fight the case and watch him move forward with civil action, I'm linking his crowdfunding options in the description. Representation isn't cheap, even if the officer that padded charges against you was removed from duty for the incident. But as always, let me know what you think and head over to Chris's channel and donation pages to let him know I sent you.
It wouldn't surprise me that he's been operating this way for a very long time.
Thanks for watching. If you have a video, use
Shut it, all that lustre for another banger. Hey, we gotta inform people, man. they can't operate the way they operate. Just like Chris said, I'm sure he's probably been operating like this for the longest. So shout out to Chris, shout out to all that luster, and hopefully Chris gets his money. Hopefully, whether he settles for it or not, because dude, come on, man. It seems personal. It might not be personal, but you know, he knew to do it on a first name basis. Matter of fact, he probably Harold. You know what I'm saying? That's a first name, right? Majority of the time. I mean, I'm sure it's probably a Harold, the last name Harold. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Harold is a first name. You can't obviously see it on the badge, and the fact that he called him by his first name, I feel like this is personal. Honestly. Hey, Chris might have been some racist asshole who probably did some racist asshole shit in the past, right? You know what I'm saying? Could have been. And Harold might not like the racist shit that he done in the past. So he tried to, you know what I'm saying, his best to try to ham him up. Who knows? Right? Who knows? Hey, he might have been a child molester. Who knows? He just probably trying to ham him up. But it's the way you got to do things. No matter what the situation is, Harold, whether Chris was wrong or right in the situation y'all have personally, you have to do by law what's need to be done. You just can't do you just can't make up laws, you know. Whatever issue they have personally, I could be wrong about a lot of this. Like I said, it's only speculation. It's only hypothetical. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? Like, hey, Harold might be the good dude who's just trying to put some asshole behind bars, or Chris might be the good dude, and Harold didn't like how he did something personally. You know, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? It was personal, so it don't matter who was wrong or right in the situation. We just know Harold was wrong in the situation. He made it personal, and it got to this point. So now Chris is going to get a lot of money because of Harold's mistake. But it's your boy T Nasty, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope y'all like the commentary. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave us some comments. See you in the video, man. It's your boy T Nasty, man. And